Greetings and welcome to Crowned Awakening, where we remember, we return, and we rise. I'm Queen Tasha, and today is Wisdom Wednesdays, where I do a weekly oracle reading. If you are watching this video, your spirit guides have a message for you. So take what aligns and leave what doesn't. These readings are intended to provide clarity, reassurance, and guidance for your goals for the week. So let's get into it.
Crowned up, tuned in, yeah, she back on the scene. A lightning magnet, call her energy supreme. Stepping in her purpose with a glow so serene. This is a crown awakening, the return of the queen. This is a crown awakening, the return of the queen.
Alright, so let's get started. First I'm gonna light. Got a fresh Palo Santo stick. And I haven't done Palo Santo in a minute. And I was like, I know I have some of this. Let me get a new fresh one out. I love Palo Santo. I'll let it go a little bit longer, but. So, how's your week? Going so far in last week. For me, it's been going by way too fast. And I need whatever time warp portal that we're in to slow down just a little bit. Anyways, we are going to be getting guidance again from the goddess. Oh yeah, here's a little bit for you. We are going to be reading from the goddess power oracle deck again. And and today we're going to do a 3-card pull. So let's get right into it. All right. As you know, if you've watched my videos so far, Wisdom Wednesdays, this will be, I think, the third one. Yes, but we're doing a 3-card pull. And with this deck, there is a way to read the cards based on the way they are pulled, whether upright or downright. And there's a different message for each of those. So we'll see where we land today. This week is if you were in the United States of the Americas, this week or tomorrow is the celebration of lies and excuses of the celebration of lies. I mean, it's 2025 now, and I'm just like, there's no sides, but it's just like, once you know the truth, it's like finding out that McDonald's food, like, there's way too many documentaries about McDonald's food, and even if you haven't seen a documentary, you know something's up. You know something's up. If there's been lots of documentaries specifically about that. So if you were in a sane, conscious mind, you would just be like, let me not even bother. There's something going on over there. Let me not even bother. There's other, fast foods are all the same, but like there's other places. But if you know about McDonald's, you still eat there. But anyways, I digress. I might cut all that out. But yeah, I'm going to be fasting and working on some gratitude things. I have a meditation I'm putting together for the channel that is a gratitude meditation and a few other things. But I'm going to be fasting for 3 days. I actually enjoy fasting for not the reasons people would do it for. Yes, I get all the wonderful health benefits. Yay. But what I love about it is not having to worry about thinking about what to eat and make and then cleaning up the dishes afterward and doing that several times a day. So I can take a break for 3 days. Hey. I mean, there's going to be minimal dishes just because, I still got to feed the dogs and stuff. But it's nice. So let's get this party started. So So, we got the flip. We've got Mary, miracles. Sophia, divine wisdom, which I pulled her. And wise leadership, Epona. I pulled her before, her recently, all of these recently. But let me show you what we got. So we've got Mary, miracles. And Sophia, divine wisdom. I think we pulled her in the first card reading, I want to say. So she's coming up again. If I'm right, it might have been a card reading that I did for myself, but she's coming up again. There's a good reason why. There's somebody here that's watching that needs this energy sent to them and reminded to them again. So let's get started. Mary, miracles. That's good news. We can all use a miracle, right? Miracle of money, miracle of job opportunities, miracles of all things. This came in the empowerment. All of them came in the empowerment direction. So, all empowerment this week. So, it says, the Christian goddess Mary, Mother of Miracles, has come to celebrate with you today. She is here to remind you of all the amazing wonders that are everywhere in your life right now. Look around you, especially at all the synchronistic events that have already taken place. Ever since you were born, events and opportunities have come together to support you, guide you, show you love, and present the world as you see it. Look closely and see the hand of the divine working on your behalf. You are a powerful co-creator, and so you are responsible and accountable for the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that seed your field of dreams. Remember, miracles are uncanny evidence that from the invisible world, life springs into form without any reasonable cause for the effect. Mary gave birth as the great goddess was shown to do long before the Christian myth of Mary became real. She too proved herself to be the very essence of creation itself. In this moment, Mary reminds you of those miracles that you can call into being. You don't need a cause or any evidential fact or calculation to believe and then see that miracle rise up in the condition of your life. When Mary appears, you are reminded that you will never run out of miracles. Yes, Kobe? My dog just came running out of the room. I don't know why. Are you okay, baby? What's wrong? Something up? You just want to sit here? He must have something to tell us. It's a miracle. He's not nothing. He hasn't been feeling that great. I don't know. You okay, puppy? Lay down next to me. You want to be in the video? Hold on. Came running out of the room. What is it? He's making a video. Come back to this. All right, let's continue. I'm going to take that as a positive sign of confirmation that a miracle is coming. And it's funny, the last sentence is, when Mary appears, you are reminded that you will never run out of miracles. And my dog is definitely the confirmation of miracles, in the sense that he had a major injury that could have took him out. Like, oh my gosh, every time I think about it, I don't want to think about it, and I helped him recover. Like, it's weird seeing him now. You know, every once in a while I get that, you know, moment of like, oh my god, just like a couple months ago, like, like he was down for the count. Like, I didn't know if he was gonna make it, kind of thing. And he's, you know, for the most part completely recovered, but Yesterday, I believe, I accidentally stepped on his toe. We go out real early because I try to avoid happy hour with dogs. Happy hour is like when everybody's walking their dogs, and it happens in the morning and in the evening. And I like to have a peaceful morning. I don't like to wake up to chaos, and dude likes to greet everybody and talk to all the dogs if they're out. And so it's not enjoyable for me. So I go out at like the crack of dawn, so before the crack of dawn, with them, and I accidentally stepped on his toe the other day, and I think he always has a super delayed effect on like the if there's any injury or residual from that. And he was walking around fine, and even walking around fine this morning when we woke up and running around. He played a little bit, and then all of a sudden I see him kind of limping, and I'm like, "Are you alright?" So I gave him some of his gabapentin and a calming chew, and I've been running around because I went on a beach walk, and then I just went to the grocery store because I sold some sea moss gel to some friends here, and I met them over at the grocery store. And so just like seeing him limp, I was just like, I don't know what that could be from, other than I stepped on his toe. He's been fine. I've been doing what I call his treatments, which is he has this like back brace that he used in his recovery, and I have this ET band. I can't remember. Okay, not ET, KT band. It's like an electromagnetic kind of thing that helps with pain and healing, and I switch it back and forth to put it on his hips so that it helps him. But anyways, like, I was concerned about him, because he was limping, but then I just took him outside and he was running around fine. I didn't see him walking with a limp or anything. Now, obviously, the gabapentin is taking effect, but the fact that he ran out here and he just really wanted lovies, I mean, I also think he wanted food because he's on a diet because he's a little chunk, and people always point out to me that my dog is overweight, and I'm just like, we love to snack. Like his regular diet of the food that I give him, like that's his food, like their food, dog food stuff, treats and things like that, like that's regular and monitored or whatever, and I've been giving less and less just to help curb like the weight loss that we're doing. But like we love, like when I snack, I like to give them stuff. Like I eat fruits and vegetables, I give that to them. I do eat dog food too, like crackers and chips and things like that. Like anything that's like plain or whatever that I feel like they could eat, I give them a little sample. And anyways, I say all that to say that he did want to cuddle, so I stopped the video, went and cuddled with him in the bed, and then he was done with me. He got up from the cuddle and walked away, and I was like, "Are you alright? Like you just came and totally ran, like he like ran almost in here." I heard him coming down his little ramp, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot to close the door to the bedroom," and then he ran out here, and I'm like, he just like when I'm sitting here, like I said, like, or I'm sitting here mainly when I smoke in the morning or have my tea or I'm scrolling on my phone. I sit here and they want to come and sit with me. So this is like the hot spot. If I'm sitting here, they're like, "Oh, she's sitting in the spot to come chill, the chill spot." And so it was partially that, but I gave them a treat and they're in there just fine. So all is well. Back to the reading. So yeah, I just want to say that like I said, that was confirmation, for my dog that there is a miracle in the works, and there's always miracles in the works. We have power and control over miracles. I like to say that I'm a miracle manifester. Like, sometimes I definitely do get in my own way with mindset and doubt that's been programmed and engraved, as far as fear, money, and all that stuff. Like, but I do my best to block those blocks. Block those blocks. So that I can prosper and manifest the things that I desire. And sometimes I just love when the universe surprises you. When like you've been working towards something and they're like, actually, you win the golden prize instead of whatever you were working toward. But yeah, so we'll just take that as confirmation and we'll move on. Thank you, Goddess Mary. So the next card is Divine Wisdom from Sophia. I mean, it's obviously very common to pull the same card if you're using the deck frequently, and it's a smaller deck, and like this deck is, I believe, 52. Exactly. Yeah. But there are a lot of cards in here that I haven't pulled at all. Like, that I have never pulled. I've never seen it pulled. Now, obviously, I've seen the card because I've gone through all the cards, but like, I've never pulled them, and so they've never. That's how I know that this type of oracle reading is a co-creation, a intuition, and what's the word I'm looking for? Connection with the divine that's coming through. A lot of these times, messages need to be reiterated. Sometimes they have a new definition or a new point of view that comes through based on the situation. But a lot of times we just need to be reminded. I know for me, personally, with ADHD and being stubborn, I need to be reminded of stuff. And that comes through in my divine intuition. So that's really powerful. But anyways, I digress again. 4, the goddess Sophia's message, the empowerment message reads, human wisdom comes from personal experience, but divine wisdom is unknown to our life experience. When we ask for help, we are asking for guidance from a source greater than us, a great unknowable mystery. When we receive it, it is often life-altering and affects us in ways beyond our comprehension. The Gnostic goddess Sophia, or Gnostic, why is G there? Anyways, Gnostic goddess Sophia, who brought the material world into being, arrives to show you how fate and destiny operate in relationship to synchronicity. When you least expect it, opportunities and meetings spring up as if out of nowhere. Your life begins to work out, and you sense your alignment with a higher purpose and power. Trust you are divinely protected and directed. Practice the act of faith before results. This is an essential key in co-creating your world. You know what's another thing? I feel like every time I read these passages that they say something different. Because, sometimes these messages sound new to me, even though I've read them before. There was a time when I was reading these and I wanted to get to know it, and it didn't matter which definition I pulled. I would read both messages just to see which one felt most aligned with me. And so I know, it's not like it's foreign to my brain, but I feel like it says different stuff all the time. Anyways, but I love this message of just like the co-creation, as I was mentioning before, of my intuition with the cards and just trusting my intuition. That wisdom does first come from experience, but then it also comes from the divine. There are signals and things within your body, and just within your sixth sense or your outer chakras, that are tapped and moved, and listening to those things with trust. There's one thing of saying it, I'm gonna trust my intuition, but then you get that gut feeling, it's don't do it, I'm telling you, don't do it. But because you want it to be that way, you will trust in your ego and be stubborn about something that may be not aligned. And that's happened to me several times. That usually has happened when I have bought things that are of significant value, specifically when I've bought in cars, because the process of the sales and then the deal and the closing is so manipulative and mysterious and very, very time consuming and waiting. And when you go to a car dealership, you generally need a car, you know what I'm saying? At least, in my tax bracket. If you're in a higher tax bracket, you might be going there because you just want another car. But in general, if you're going there and you're doing that whole thing, you need a car. And so you feel obligated to do it. And there's been every single time that I've bought a car from a car dealership, and I had to get a loan or go through the whole loan process with the bank and all that stuff, and they have to go in a secret room and talk about stuff, and that whole thing, it felt right because, I might have been getting a deal, or I really liked the car, and I was fantasizing about all the things I'm going to get to do with the new car or whatever. But in reality, when they came back with the numbers, and I was my brain was this and my bank account and my lifestyle don't match up. How is this is not affordable. I would be really, really stretching it. This is over my budget. They went way over my budget, but now what do? I've been here all day. It's all of that. And it's when you start calculating logic, and you also start rationalizing your ego. And that's not trusting your intuition. Your intuition is sending you this gut feeling. It's usually a gut feeling. I usually take a really mean poop afterward because I get nervous poops or just anxiety poops or whatever. It's just it's you didn't trust your intuition, folks. And like I've learned from that now, but like I recognize the signs. Like I recognize when my body is telling me no, but my ego wants me to do it anyway. Or I rationalize logic, because I'm already here, or I need it, or it's cheap, or whatever. I think the more that I tap in and listen to that, the more that I get connected to source, and those type of instances become more empowering to handle. And it takes time to get divine wisdom. It really does. It's a practice of recognizing and being first of all, being very self-aware. And with self-awareness, knowing that not everybody has your struggle, but there are a lot of people that have your struggle. And I just found out I don't want to say within the last year, probably within the last like couple of years, as I've set into all of these neurodivergent traits that I have, and knowing that like I lost my train of thought for a second. Where was I going? Hold on, let me climb back up the rope. Where was I? It totally went. There's a lot of distractions that happen in the neighborhood during the day. Cars going by and things. But anyways, I was saying divine wisdom takes practice, because, you have to first learn from your experiences, be very self-aware, and learn how to check yourself. And that takes practice. That takes practice. And that's why they say, you get wisdom with age. You're not born wise. You're born a fool. And you learn, and some people don't learn. Some people die a fool. But if you are self-aware and you then take that self-awareness into conscious practice of habit changing and things like that, you can gain that divine wisdom to pass on to others and caution them of don't trust those salespeople at the dealership. But thank you, Goddess Sophia, for that message. Moving on. Let's see here. 14, going back. And let's see. Yeah, it is an E. Sometimes with this font, you have to be careful with fonts. I'm learning that as a creator. Like, I love it to look pretty and different and new, and but then you see it from a bird's eye view or from the point of view of others, and you're like, I can't even read that. And you get real small. I know it's very creative, but it's not realistic. Anyways, it's Epona, and I pulled her before too. I think last time was I think both of these or all of these were last time in that alignment message in different pulls. So we are empowered now. So, stepping into the world with a sense of surety and positive self-worth is what's called for now. Epona, the Celtic Roman horse goddess of leadership and guidance, offers you her wisdom. Know that you have what it takes to heed it. You can do anything you place your attention on, and you'll find it easy to accomplish what's needed for your intentions to take form. Whether you are aware of this or not, the way you manage your accomplishments and even the way you handle failures and losses is modeling the way forward for others. There is a wisdom growing within you. Being true to who you are and placing integrity and humility equal to enthusiasm makes you a wise leader indeed, one that the goddess Epona is so proud of. For me, that's confirmation, because I'm stepping into, a new guided path. Maybe not even new, but just a returning to my purpose in guiding and showing the path. And my spirit guides have been calling me back to this energy and this purpose. And there's no time like divine time. Literally, because right now, building and doing and making all these changes that I'm doing is a very powerful, powerful step to make when in the reality of the 3D matrix, which I'm not a part of, but I still have to pull from that existence to fuel the 4D, which I'm trying to get to the 5D. At least that's been my mindset and programming in the pathway, because there has been, there's a lot of people that I am influenced by, but at the end of the day, I leave myself. I see where where the guidance of my spiritual team is, my ancestors, my angels, my spiritual guides, all of that, my highest self, are leading me to learn, because, the perfect path doesn't exist. There's no nonstop flight with no turbulence and no delays to your destiny. Doesn't exist. So, all of the things that happen along that journey are purposeful, and I knew I would get to this point. I just didn't think it would be right now, like I said, because I'm still, deprogramming myself from capitalism and ways of making money and the hustle and the exchange of energy in that way for prosperity and wealth and money in my existence right now. Right now, I'm divided between two worlds because I did timeline jump here. But I'm still clinging on to a way of doing things the way I've always done things, which is hustle hard. And just like, I gotta make money, I gotta figure out how to do this, and like, and I was in panic mode when I first got here. Like, when I first got to Mexico, like, I was in panic mode. Like, I woke up, like, it was waking me up, like, how are you gonna pay rent? You just spent all your money to get here and to get in here, and you don't have a sure way to refuel. You have a couple of you got a couple of possibles, you ain't got no spades. You got a handful of hearts, okay? And you gonna do what you can. But I'm trusting my intuition. I'm trusting this inner calling. I'm trusting the downloads from the universe. I'm trusting the ancestral power that has been opening up for support and guidance through different friends, family, and ancestors to make this possible. Because in the 3D reality, this doesn't exist. The 4D reality, it exists, but like for me, like the way I see it, it's like opaque color. It's kind of like blurry, and I'm trying to get over to where it's clear. I don't know if that analogy makes any sense to anybody else but me. But because I can see it, and I'm not afraid to get there because I can kind of see it, I'm going. That's how I got here. I just said, I'm going. There's nobody coming with me. I'm going. There's scary things along the way. I'm going. I know how to plan well to not be so scared. And I got here. I've been divinely guided and leading myself. And I am grateful. So, whoever needed to hear these messages, thank you, Goddess Opponent, for that message and divine wisdom and guidance. But for anybody that needed to hear this message today, I hope that this resonated with you, and that you take what serves you and you leave what doesn't. And yeah, I hope you have a fabulous week. Stay royal, stay rising, and live fearlessly free.